Hey, here I am coming at you again this week, man, telling you this, that I know in 30 days, if you take my 30-day challenge, take my blueprint, and you're thinking about running your first marathon, I call myself the activator for one reason. I like to get you fired up. I've done 25 marathons, and I want to say this to you. It's nothing like getting in that zone. And today I want to give you the blueprint for getting into that 30-day zone. And every 30 days, you take another 30 days. So today, the old clock on the wall says this. If you're a procrastinator, that's a bad habit. If you're a procrastinator, you'll always be saying, well, if I coulda, woulda, shoulda. So I want to be the one to say to you today, take this 30-day challenge. Develop some very good habits. Eradicate those bad habits. And for me, honestly speaking, I've run 25 marathons, man. And one of the first things I had to do was dedicate myself to the cause. And if your cause is, I think I can, I think I will, I think I must, then you got to have a schedule. You got to be persistent. You got to be consistent. And I think I talked about it one day last week. It's called my TAC attack. My TAC attack. And you know what TAC is? Tenacity, audacity, and the capacity. Look at me, man. I'm 69. I'm still hanging, man. And I had a knee surgery about 3 years ago, but let me tell you something. Yesterday, I got fired up and I went out and I started to run again because I didn't let the fear monster in my head win the game. First thing is get your schedule. Next thing is you must be persistent and consistent, stay fired up and stay focused. That's the first two things you got to do. Dedicate yourself, stay persistent, stay consistent. The next thing is that get that clatter, always hollering at your monster out of your head. Free your mind of all of that. The enemy wants to win the game, and that's the enemy of your thoughts. Never forget that your mind, your body, and right here, your heart, your spirit. And if you can find a balance between the three, and in this month right now, we're talking about being independent. You know, 4th of July coming up Thursday. I just wanted to share something this week to say I want to free myself. I'm going to get independent of these habits. I'm going to set me a 30-day schedule. I remember when I couldn't run a mile, and I finally dedicated myself to it. I said, I'm going out to this track. I'm going to push myself to go around this track 4 times. Some of you looking at running this first marathon has never even ran a mile yet. That's all good. But my little slogan on the back of my shirts, 7 times cross-country head coach. 7 years I did it. 7 times, 7 years, excuse me. 7 years, and what I said to myself very simply this. All those years I coached those girls in cross country, I always said, when you come across that line, you gotta empty the tank. When you come across that line, you gotta feel like you're gonna drop damn dead. You gotta feel like it's all over. From your head all the way down to your toe, you gotta say, ah. And when you do that, you're gonna find there's always the next level. My friends, there's always the next level in your mind, body, and spirit. And once you make the mind and body connection, I promise you, you'll always feel like you're gonna give up, but there's always that next level. You gotta believe in the next level. My blueprint is always about the next level. We all get 24/7, 365. It's called my strive with big pride for the grand prize of success. Remember, I'm giving you about 4 or 5 things to work on here today that you can develop that TAC mentality, that TAC attitude. See, without a doubt, I'm going to tell you like this. Your positive mental attitude is going to always be the winner for you because if you got a good attitude, that means you're optimistic. If you got a great attitude, you are positive. If you got a great attitude, you know that there's always the next level. There's always that opportunity from wherever you are to go to the next level. You may be just like me, man. I'm being honest with you. I'm not exaggerating when I say 4 times around the track was tough. But I set that 30-day goal way back then. I'm talking well over 20 or 30 years ago in my life. Those 4 laps got easy. And I never got comfortable. Remember, empty the tank. That means that you bust your butt every time you step out put on your sneakers and go out. You just continuing to do what's necessary to take it to the next level. Guess what? 1 mile got easy. 2 miles got easy. 4 miles got easy. 8 miles got easy. The next thing you know, I'm running over a half marathon. And I finally went out one day and challenged myself. And I was already 42 years old when I did that. But guess what? The fear monster got in my head. You too old, sucker. You over 40. You can't do it. What are you talking about? You want to run a marathon, 26 miles. What I did was this. I developed this A to Z mindset. I took action. I believed in myself. I knew I was the captain of my ship. I knew how to burn a desire. I knew that divine order prevailed no matter what. I was personally empowered. I knew without a doubt that if I stayed fired up and I stayed focused and remained steadfast in my faith that I could do this, the genius would come today. The genius would come to play. It would just come. It would just be there for me. And it did. Every day I got up with a happy attitude. I'm going to be awesome today. I'm going to kick ass today. I'm going to make this work today. And man, that 2, 4, 6, 8 mentality, it became easy. The next thing you do, man, I'm just out there running just like eating and sleeping and exercising. That's what running became for me. It became my mantra. It became something I had to do. See, if you don't get fired up about this, you're going to lose the game. If you want to become part of this elite group of marathoners, you may not run 25 like I did, but just run one. I share a little story with you about my son, Jonathan. Coached him cross country many years ago, 20 years ago. Freshman in high school, never wanted to do it. Hated me almost for making a run cross country. But guess what he did last year? The seed was planted. He ran his first marathon. And guess what he's doing this year in 2000, coming up 24? He's running the New York City Marathon. If you get fired up, if that seed of, should I say, just action mentality get in you, you get that PMA, I call it. You don't care about the clock. You don't care about the weather. You don't care about anything. And my son done it. I have to give it to him. I got to give him props. You see, Dad, you didn't want me to quit. I wanted to, but you kept pushing me. And now I want to do it. He wants to do it. It's part of his lifestyle management now. Running has to become something that you want to do. You never got to do it. You just want to do it. And when you want to do it, I'll be honest with you, man. At the end of the day, it's no different than eating and sleeping and any other type of exercise that you're doing. You just do it. You know how Nike say, just do it. Just get it done. I ran the New York City Marathon, and guess what age I was? 50 years old when I ran it. I went through some serious rehab with my leg. I got in the New York City Marathon. And what I'm telling you right now is what you're going to have to live by. You got to make this mind, body, and spirit connection. Because there's something called the mile 20 in a marathon. I don't know if you ever know anyone that could explain it to you. When you get to mile 20, if you're not ready, it's going to be like, kapow! The monster's going to kick your ass. It's going to knock you down. But aha, if you are ready, if you are prepared, no matter what happens, you're going to push through. And for me, in that New York City Marathon, guess what? It wasn't even a mile 20. It was a relapse of this left leg, the same left leg that I had the meniscus surgery from. I'm here to tell you something, man. I got about maybe even 5, 6 miles into that marathon. My leg goes out. And here's my point about mind, body, and spirit connection, my friends. I had to go within. Yeah, I'm going to come in a little closer. I had to go deep in my head, in my body, and in my spirit, most importantly. Because you know something? If I would have defined it as pain, the game was over. You're going to get to mile 20, and you're going to have to define it as pain, or can you just run through this sucker? Matter of choice. And guess what? I was in the Bronx. I was in, I don't know, Queens, somewhere, man. And this lady came out her back door, just like looking at my back door right now at my house. And she said, "Sir, what's going on?" I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. I'm having a conversation with God right now. He's trying to let me know what I need to do." And guess what? I finished that New York City Marathon because I made the mind, body, and spirit connection. Let me help you make the connection. I'm giving you a CTA right now. I call it a call to action. If you don't do nothing different about what you're doing, nothing is going to change. It's all a matter of just looking around, saying you want to say, like I said in the back of me, That shirt said empty the tank. You need to empty the tank. You need to get the field monster off your back. Join my Get Activated community at theactivator.net. Join my Maximum Potential Coaching Club. Both those links are right there at theactivator.net. I'm your guy. I got the blueprint. I'll get you fired up. Let's do this, man. I got you.